We are going to create a sample newsletter today using columns, borders, paragraph shading, and a variety of other features. So let's get started. Let's type in this text. Title goes here. Then we're going to select the text. Be careful not to select the paragraph mark. And we're going to go to the Insert tab and we're going to click a word art. Now you're in Office 7 or Office 10. Office 7 will look different. So go over and select the rainbow one. I think it's the third one over, fourth row down. Or maybe the fourth one over, third row down. I'm just going to choose one here. And then go to the Home tab and choose to center your title if you're in Office 7. I'm just going to click and drag mine. After the word art, go ahead and press enter. My Office 10's acting a little different than my Office 7 would. And make sure you're below it. And then we're going to enter some random text to work with. So equal sign, type in the equal sign, RAND, open parenthesis, 4, comma, 6, close parenthesis, press enter. This gives us some sample text to work with. I need to adjust my settings here a little bit. My Office 10 is working a little different than my Office 7 does. Okay, now let's select all of the text that we just entered, and we're going to change it to columns. Go to the Page Layout tab, go to Columns, and we're going to change it to 2. And we're going to make it justified alignment so it looks more like a newsletter. So go to the Home tab and choose the Justified Alignment button. Oh, I chose right alignment. We need the Justified Alignment. It's that one right there. Justified Alignment lines things up on both margins. Let's also change some paragraph formatting. Let's go to the Paragraph tab. The Paragraph Dialog Box Launcher on the Home tab. And we're going to choose 6 points after. We're going to give our paragraphs first line indents and change the line spacing to single. Click OK. Now let's insert. Click anywhere in the first paragraph and let's insert a clip art. And we're going to insert a clip art of a hero. And then choose Go. Let's choose this first hero right here. We're going to change the text wrapping to tight. And we're going to click on the picture and we're going to go to the Format tab and change the height to 1 inch. Type a 1 and press enter. And let's move it up to top left corner of the first paragraph. Okay, now let's create 2 lists. We're going to create a numbered list of steps. Click at the end of your second paragraph and press enter. Now when I did this, it took me up here. The end of your second paragraph may already be up here. If it's not, or if it is, just go ahead, find the end of your second paragraph, click enter, and it'll take you up here. We're going to fix it to line up like we want it here in a little bit. Now let's go ahead and set our hanging indent up here, or our first line indent. Let's go ahead and put this list back at the margin, and then it'll automatically indent it a little bit when we number it. We're going to type in a set of steps. Remember that numbering should be used when we're listing things in a certain order or that we need steps. Bullets are used when we are listing things that don't necessarily need to be in a particular order. Okay, now if yours is like mine, it's going to be on separate columns, and we really need to keep a list together. So we're going to insert a column break that will force a column to break right here, and we'll send this stuff back down here. What Word does is it tries to keep these columns even so that they look nice and attractive. So it rearranges your text for you as you're going. So we're going to go ahead and click at the beginning of our third paragraph. We're going to go to the Page Layout tab, go to Breaks, and click on Column. Now let's go down here and select our list. And we are going to go to the Home tab. We're going to find the paragraph group, and we have the Bullets button, the Numbering button, and the Multi-Level List button. Click on the Numbering button and choose the ABC. Step A, Step B, Step C. So you can number things with numbers or letters. We are going to use letters for this activity. Now let's create a bulleted list. Go over to the last paragraph, click at the end of it before the paragraph mark, and press Enter. Go ahead and backspace to get rid of that first line indent. And we are going to type in a list of things that don't need a particular order. Okay, now let's select this list. And we're going to go to Bullets, choose Define New Bullet, click Symbol, and we're going to change the font to Wingdings. And scroll down, mine's already at the bottom. Scroll down until you find a star, click on the star, click OK, and then OK again. And you have customized your bulleted list. Okay, now we are ready to format a page border. 3, 2, 1. Now we are ready to 3, 2, 1. Now let's apply some special formatting to a paragraph. Borders and shading. Click anywhere in the last paragraph here. We're going to go to the Home tab, and in the paragraph group you see two buttons. One is the shading button and one is the borders button. Click the borders button drop down arrow, go down to the bottom of the menu and click on borders and shading. You see the borders and shading dialog box, and it opens, or it has 3 tabs in it: borders, page border, and shading. We're going to click on borders first, and we're going to do a box border. We're going to do a solid line style. We're going to change the color to a dark purple, and the width, let's make it 3 points. Make sure it says apply to paragraph. If you select text, you'll have other options in here, so make sure that it says apply to paragraph or it's not going to look right. Then click on the shading tab. Let's choose the fill color, a light purple, and again make sure it says apply to paragraph right here, and then click OK. And now we've applied borders and shading to a document or to a paragraph of text. At this point, let's go ahead and add a page border. Go to the Page Layout tab. Go to the Borders button, Page Borders button, and you notice this is the same dialog box we had before. Page border, let's do an art page border. Let's choose some stars. Choose whichever one you'd like. Now I'm also going to insert a shape down here. Go to Insert, Shapes. Newsletters should utilize as much of the space that you have as possible. Go down and find the horizontal scroll. Click below the column break and drag. And you can resize it a little bit there if you need to. Now yours, in Office 7, it will just be a white box. Mine in Office 10, it automatically applies a fill to it. And so let me make mine look like the 2007 would look real quick. Okay, now this is what the 2007 text box looks like when entered, or scroll box, not scroll box. 3, 2, 1. This is what the 2007 shape looks like when you insert it. 3, 2, 1. This is what the 2007 shape looks like when you insert it. Let's right click anywhere on the shape and choose to add text. Right click on the shape and then select Add. 3, 2, 1. Right click on the shape now and let's choose Add Text from the shortcut menu. Your cursor should appear, and now let's key in this text. I need to change mine to black. Right click, 3, 2, 1. Right click on the shape and click Add Text. Add Text, and then key in three, two, one. Right click on the text and then choose Add Text from the shortcut menu. And key in this information. And let's go ahead and save this document. You need to go to File, Save As. You will choose your desktop from over here, and then you will choose the BETS CBA folder. Inside the BETS CBA folder, you need to create a Word Chapter 8 folder. And then save this as Newsletter Practice inside the Word Chapter 8 folder. Okay, now we're going to insert your path and file name and date and time. And instead of putting it in the footer this time, we're going to put it in this text box. But remember, all other projects will include a footer and a date and time with a 3, 2, 1. But remember, all other projects will include a footer with the date and time and path and file name. The reason we're not doing it here is because we have this page border that's going to cover it up, and we just don't have room for it, so we're going to put it in this text box and make room for it in there. So we're going to go to Insert, Quick Parts, Field, scroll down and find File Name, click Add Path, and then click OK. Press space 3 or 4 times. Then again on the Insert tab, we're going to go to Date and Time. Go down and find the one that shows the date and the time, and click OK. Now, go ahead and press Save button again. This document is a sample newsletter, and we can use it as a template as well to base 3, 2, 1. Now let's add headings to our sections of our newsletter. You should always have headings that describe what is going on. Go to the 3, 2, 1. You should always have headings that title the information, give a clue about what kind of information is in that section of the newsletter. Click at the beginning of the first paragraph and press Enter. Go back up to the blank line that you just created and key in heading A. And let's move the first line indent marker back to the margin. Your heading should rest at the margin. Now let's go to the beginning of the third paragraph and press Enter. Go back up, change the first line indent back to the margin, and type in heading B. Now let's apply a style to heading B. We're going to go to the Home tab. In the Styles group, we're going to click Heading 1. And we are going to remove the space before the paragraph. So using the line spacing button in the Home tab paragraph group. It should also be single spaced. We're going to use the line spacing button, change it to single space, and remove space before paragraph. Now, we could do those 3 changes to heading A as well, but instead we're going to copy the format by using the Format Painter. With heading B selected, go over and click on Format Painter 1 time, and then click and drag over heading A. And we have formatted our headings. Now let's look at themes. A theme changes fonts, colors, color schemes. It'll change the heading styles, the way those look, all at one time. It applies a kind of global changes. There are pre-designed styles that you can apply to your entire document. Themes are found on the Page Layout tab. In the Themes group, click the Themes button, and let's choose one. If you mouse over the gallery, you see different things happening there. Let's choose the Equity theme. Now in Office 2010, it also changes your word art, but it does not change your word art in Office 2007. But you notice it changes the color of your shading. It changes the color of your headings. It changes your font. We were in Calibri. Now we're in Perpetua font here. For some of you, it may have moved your graphics around. Um, just click and drag and move them back into position. Okay, now save this again. And let's save it as a template. To save it as a template, go to File, Save As. You will mouse over it in 2007, and then you will have a box over here that you'll need to choose Word document. I do Save As. Change it to Save As Type. Make sure your Save As Type says Word Template. And this time, let's go to, scroll over here. And you should see over here that a templates link. Click on the templates link over here. I don't have one, so I would have to go look for it, but you should have one right over here. You may have to scroll, and it says templates. Click on it, and then we're going to save this as newsletter template in the templates. And now what will happen when you go to the Office button and you click on